Hi, folks. Robert Quigley here, Washington, D.C., the Money Pit Group. Today we're going to make 3 videos. First video is titled 30 Million New Entrepreneurs Across America. The signature program of the Quigley administration is going to be the creation of at least 30 million new entrepreneurs in the United States of America. I'm going to go through the general outline of the program because, as everybody knows, once we set the parameters and once we're in the White House, of course, every cook in the Washington, D.C. kitchen, so to speak, is going to have their hand in the pot. So the devil will wind up being in the details. But rest assured, the tenor and thrust of what I'm going to say here in this video will mirror the reality that finally comes out of the lawmaking process in Washington, D.C. Okay, so the main goal is to create 30 million new entrepreneurs. Question is, what is in it for me? That's what every supporter, budding entrepreneur needs to ask. Well, clearly we're going to provide funding to help new entrepreneurs establish businesses. Funding will come from public sources, and the public part of the funding will have to wait until I get to the White House because that will involve enacting a new law. And also funding for these 30 million entrepreneurs will come from the private source. What's going to happen between now and the White House is, as we talk, I am vetting various lenders that are becoming sponsors of our Road to the White House channel here, the Money Pit Group, and we're going to select the best ones to sponsor our channel and to also go ahead and open up avenues where folks that are interested in starting new businesses before we get to the White House can go right ahead and jump in and make their application and start seeking private resources to help grow their businesses. Because the bottom line, folks, we have to take care of ourselves. We can't depend upon the government to take care of ourselves. We need new business owners that can take care of themselves and their family. So that's what's in it for me. What is an entrepreneur? Well, an entrepreneur, I'm going to make this very simple. Every successful entrepreneur is a problem solver. So if you really want a successful business, and it's always been like this throughout history, look around your society, your community, the world that you're living in, and say, what problems can I solve? What problems do I want to solve? So if you figure out a problem or a handful of problems that your business is going to solve, ultimately, if you can provide the solutions, that's going to make you a successful entrepreneur. Like I say, we're not waiting for an election. We're going to go ahead and get started with links to private funders. I'll put those up as soon as the sponsors have been located. One of the key ingredients before we go too far down that road is we've got to get enough subscribers to make it worthwhile. Once we have a core group of subscribers on board, then that's the yardstick that we're going to use to put up those sponsorship links. Of course, they're all going to be vetted, and you know, we're not looking for you know, an arm and a leg and put up every asset you own type of strict deal. We're looking for risk takers and people that are willing to work with our entrepreneurs to make success happen. Okay, so here, my friends, we are open to all and all that desire to be entrepreneurs. And for the entrepreneurs that are already out there, if you want to grow your business, there's room at the table for you too. So let's go through some of the details of the law reform. I'm just going to list these in no particular order because, like I say, when the day of law drafting comes, there will be a lot of details. But ultimately, the touchstones of the law are gonna be within the words I'm about ready to say. Okay, so the way the program is going to be constructed, each person will have a right to use their guaranteed funding for either higher education or to fund a business or to do both. Funds will come with a simple below market interest rate. They will be subject to bankruptcy. If the business fails, the education fails, these loans will be bankruptable. It's very simple. We're not devising a system where loan fees and late fees and penalties and collection fees and all the rest of it turn a basic loan amount into something that can't possibly be repaid, nor could be bankrupted. That's not the way America works. In the world of risk taking and entrepreneurship and business ownership, there are going to be trials, there are going to be errors, there are going to be successes, there are going to be failures, and there are going to be more successes. And the program and the legal system must reflect the reality. Okay, we're going to have both public and private funding. The public funding is going to have to wait till I get to the White House, as mentioned. Some of the basic requirements for the funding. The business funding, we're going to put in a requirement that the person needs at least 1 year of work experience in the type of business the entrepreneur wants funded. And if the entrepreneur already has a 5-year track record of success, well, that's fine. Then they can, because most business skills are transferable from one business to another. So once you've got a 5-year proven profitability record, then we can use that in lieu of a 1-year requirement in the business that the entrepreneur wants to start. But it is a way to give newbies a chance, as well as relatively new folks a chance to establish and improve their businesses. Academic qualifications will not be a substitute for these requirements. You need the actual experience in the business world uh, to get access to the funds. So we're going to have 2 tiers basically. The basic tier is going to be a $200,000 entrepreneurial loan, and that's going to be for small family-sized types of businesses. The entrepreneur is going to have to submit a business plan to the SBA. The SBA will be tasked with administering the program, but we're going to set new loan parameters for the entrepreneurial program. So it's going to be a simple business plan. And the federal courts are going to be given jurisdiction to hear any and all disputes around the application for funding. Simple as that. And the government's going to pay the lawyers' fees for any disputes that do crop up around these funding decisions. So in other words, what I'm doing is I'm going to make it as easy as possible for the entrepreneurs to get funded, and we're not going to let the cogs of the bureaucracy stand in the way of helping folks establish ways to take care of themselves in this society. So the basic test that this law is going to use is going to be, in order to get that entrepreneurial loan, the entrepreneur is going to have to prove that it's more likely than not that the entrepreneur has a greater than 0% chance of success. Now, if you want, you can rewind the video and listen to those words, but what I'm really saying is that's an extremely low bar. And provided the entrepreneur has got some experience and can produce a decent plan, then they're going to get funded. Now, this program, I'm going to tell you right from the very beginning, this is not going to be open to the real estate sector of society. We're not looking for new rent collectors. We're not looking for new real estate projects. Ultimately, what we're doing is we are reinventing and reestablishing the cottage industry for goods and services across America. It's going to be open to citizens and green card holders. There will be no access to funding illegals in the United States. That's another topic that's coming down the road in another video, but just for right now, it's pretty clear. You're going to have to be a citizen or a green card holder to get access to this funding. Now, I said there were 2 tiers. There's going to be a top tier, which is a $2 million tier, and this is going to be open to first tier entrepreneurial loan borrowers that have established 5 years of profitable business operations. Now, if you've already got 5 years of profitable business operations and you want to expand your business, then that $2 million will be open to you too. But if you look at these 2 categories, the $200,000 newbie category and the $2 million established business category. Both of these are within the world of small business. We're doing this to help businesses get established, and then the best of those businesses get to expand their business. And then, once a business is beyond that point, the private markets, private lenders, the private markets are here, there, and everywhere. There's plenty of funding available that can help grow the best of the best businesses to even higher levels. But that's the general idea. Um, of course, people that are 18 to death are going to be eligible for these businesses, for these entrepreneurial loans. Any legal business is going to be eligible. The SBA is going to have to put up a free web-based business plan class. We're going to make sure the SBA becomes a wealth of knowledge and data for small businesses across the USA. We're not going to use Wall Street or Main Street lending standards. We're not using credit scores. I don't care if you filed bankruptcy once, twice, 10 times. I don't care if you're sitting on a mountain of debt. None of that's important. This program is designed to establish new entrepreneurial businesses across this great land and to help those small businesses go to a higher level. And we know that in the world of small business startups, there's a pretty high rate of failures. But we're going to do everything we can by providing resources and, marketing classes, accounting classes, business plan classes. The SBA is going to be tasked with putting together a massive database of what I would call cottage industry, small business type of tutorials on their government website for any and all to come and see and learn from. So with that, that's the general outline of our 30 million new entrepreneurial signature legislative program, or when we get to the White House, that's going to be the program that's going to make the biggest difference. With that, please subscribe to the channel, add your comments below, join the conversation. As I say, we need to grow and build a core number of supporters, aka subscribers. We need to see that we've got enough interest in the community to make all this worthwhile. And when we ask private funders to develop a special program for our budding entrepreneurs, well, clearly we got to have enough interest to get people working, rolling up their sleeves and working. So I do encourage you to ask your friends and your family members and your neighbors and all of those that may be interested in entrepreneurship to subscribe to the channel and join the conversation. And together we definitely will increase the number of self-providers in the United States and make this a better country for it. Until next time.